Trump has perfect surprise for nasty protesters right as they ambushed him on Scotland golf course. President Trump is in his ancestral land of Scotland today, teeing off on the Turnberry golf course the morning after a protesting paraglider flew over the Scottish hotel where he's staying. Protesters are all over the place heckling him as he's trying to relax before his historic summit with Putin in Russia. He just finished meetings in the UK with Prime Minister Theresa May and Queen Elizabeth, which went very well despite protests there. Before that, he butted heads with NATO and emerged victorious there as well. While President Trump played a round of golf, protesters ambushed him and can be heard screeching at the president, "No Trump, no KKK, no racist USA." But Trump had the perfect surprise for these nasty activists. They didn't ruffle him in the least. He smiled and waved at them, which really set them off. I love it. Trump continued on with his game, nonplussed by the protesters as if they didn't even exist. He showed nothing but class as he golfed. The leftists wanted a reaction and were sorely disappointed when they were denied one. By lunchtime, about 50 protesters had congregated by the police cordon on Turnberry Beach. Just before 2 p.m., Trump appeared on the golf course and waved at the gathering on the beach. Meanwhile, close to 10,000 marchers were streaming through the streets of Edinburgh, ending up at the Meadows Park to the south of the city centre, where families sat in the sunshine and enjoyed picnics, music, and speeches from local activists and radical Marxists. If you look at the media today, they are endlessly attacking Trump for his response, accusing him of mocking the protesters. That's not what Trump was doing at all. It's utter spin. The media's narrative is that Trump is out of control and a loose cannon. That he has a temper he can't control, which is not true at all. When President Trump doesn't go into a rage no matter how they badger him, they attack him on anything else they can find, even if they have to make it up like they are doing here. Leftists hate being ignored. After Trump arrived in Scotland last night, a Greenpeace protester paraglided over Trump's Turnberry Golf Resort with a banner reading, "Trump, well below par," to protest his environmental and immigration policies. Britain's ITV News tweeted pictures of the president golfing at his resort. The station tweeted, "Donald Trump has been pictured playing golf at his Turnberry Resort in Scotland, as protests against his UK visit continue." Detective Inspector Stephen McCulloch said the Greenpeace protester breached a no-fly zone over Trump Turnberry Golf Resort and committed a criminal offense. They are still looking for the culprit. The group claimed in a tweet that the protest forced Trump to take cover. "Watch as Donald Trump tries to hide from our message flying over his head." The tweet contained a video of the glider flying past the resort. That was not exactly true either. Trump moved calmly inside as the parachute approached, surrounded by his security detail. The Secret Service as per protocol would have ushered the president into a secure area until it was determined who the approaching parachuter was. Greenpeace said it alerted police about the paraglider stunt about 10 minutes before the glider arrived. Ben Stewart, the group's spokesman, said, "Theresa May should not have dignified Trump with a visit to the UK. The vast majority of British people are appalled by his words and deeds. He is, simply, the worst president ever. That's why we flew over him with a message branding him well below par." Scottish protesters wanted to fly the Trump baby balloon over the course, but Scottish police say that protesters will not be allowed to fly the balloon on the resort property. They are in discussion with the applicants about possible alternatives. It eventually wound up at Meadows Park. Earlier today Trump tweeted that he was looking forward to his visit. After meeting the Queen at Windsor Castle, Trump headed to Scotland, where his mother, Marianne, was born. Trump, wearing a baseball cap emblazoned with USA, was seen by 2 Reuters reporters playing golf on his Turnberry Trump course. "I have arrived in Scotland and will be at Trump Turnberry for 2 days of meetings, calls and hopefully, some golf, my primary form of exercise. The weather is beautiful, and this place is incredible. Tomorrow I go to Helsinki for a Monday meeting with Vladimir Putin," Trump tweeted. "I hope that the president has a great time playing golf and gets a bit of rest before his Russian face-off. This trip has been planned for a long time." Shortly after his tweet, he was spotted playing golf with his son Eric Trump, whose Trump-branded plane had been waiting on the tarmac when Air Force One landed there on Friday night. British Trade Secretary Liam Fox said anti-Trump protesters were an embarrassment to themselves as they had shown bad manners to the leader of the free world. As in London, The majority of protesters are communists and radicals organized by various leftist groups. The joke's on them because President Trump really doesn't give a fig if they protest or not. He knows the majority of people in Britain and Scotland support him. Trump is a man of the people, not a tool of Marxists.